My new studio space is 9 square feet, and in this video I'm going to show you how I built it and how I use it, and we'll take a tiny micro studio tour after that. Hey, I'm Nat, and welcome back to my channel. Basically, I'm a 57-year-old woman who has decided to change her life later in life, and I quit working online after 30 years earlier this year, and I just kind of have taken the year to just be still and be creative and kind of heal from a lot of stuff, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this is a channel where we talk about all of that, where I get creative here, this space and other spaces that we'll talk about later, and just trying to figure out, you know, this whole YouTube thing and doing DIY projects and learning to live a more sustainable, creative life. A few weeks ago, before I launched this channel, I didn't have this space. I really wanted a place that I could work inside where it was warmer. It's getting colder outside now. And I live in 225 square feet. So that was kind of a challenge. But this did used to be my office space. I used to sit in a chair here and then have the monitor come out right in front of me. And I would sit there for about 8 hours a day working online. And then when I quit working online, I gave the chair away and we upgraded the monitor to a larger screen smart TV so we can watch YouTube and different streaming services, and it also operates as my monitor. And then I pretty much didn't work online the whole year, and I wanted a space to be creative, so I needed a space to sit that wasn't the couch. And so I converted the office space into this little tiny micro studio, and we're gonna go ahead and share the video I took the last few weeks about converting this space, and then I'll show you a tour and we'll go over the things that I have currently in the studio and what things that I use and what I do in this space right now. So I have lots of plans for it. I want to grow it, expand it, and there's kind of some creative ways I have in mind that I can do that in this tiny little area. So let's get started. Okay, so this is a huge mess because I just got back from a trip, but I'm going to clean all that out and make this a workbench area to create the books from. So that's what it looks like right now. And I'm going to go ahead and put away all these clothes, and I'm not going to show you that because no one cares. Okay, I think I have the perfect piece of wood to make my workbench out of. So we're going to go out to the art tent and check it out. All right. Let's go see over here. Okay, so this piece of wood. This piece of wood is already finished. It's already sanded. We haven't been using it. It is a piece that we made for the first bus that we had. Basically, the idea was if you set it on top of a TV tray and a TV tray, then you have a long table, like to sit around more. But we've never really used it for that. We've kind of used it for organizing and stuff. So if this fits where in between where I want it to, then I won't have as much work to do to get this up there. Let's go see. Let's see if I can do this at the same time. All right, open. Put that in. Nope. Okay, so I got the board in. I couldn't video that because it's a one-handed thing. So let me see if I can. My idea is to keep that board underneath the computer as a support board, and then still have the computer little caddy there. So let me see. I went to get the camera and the camera had fallen on the ground, as you probably saw. But the funny part is I started off not knowing. I started off and then I realized that I was using the wrong blade, but I just kept doing it because it's cold. I want to get it done, and I didn't think it would be that big of a deal. Probably the worst cut I've done in recent years. But I think once I get it in there, I'm gonna have to do some more cuts. So I'm gonna take the blade out and put the right blade in. And once I get it in there, it won't be something that's noticeable. I don't know if this is showing up, but I have to take this little thing I had when I made this. Was originally a computer office, and this held stuff. It kind of became a junk little thing, like most things do. But I'm gonna take that off. I'm still gonna use this, but I'm gonna move it up to support the board. Are you helping out, Winter? Are you being a helper? Okay, so now I'm gonna dry fit it from that board to that board. They're not the same height at all, you can tell. But I want to see if the width of the board is good and kind of get an idea of the height that I want, because I'm going to be sitting on this ottoman for the time being with a pillow on top. Thank you. Thanks for your help. Don't want you to do that though. Well, so you probably just saw that chaos. What I'm going to have to do is take this computer little stand box out so that I can have more space to lay the board on. And then I'm also going to need to move the little kitty, because I don't want him to, I don't want the board to fall on him. He's deaf and he just, can't hear if there's danger happening. So I want to protect him. All right, so like I said, it's crooked, but the width is good on the board. What'd you think, Winter? You good about that? Huh? Over here, I'm gonna have to make a little jig that goes around this part of the bed because I would like it as flush as I can get it to the wall. Okay, so I couldn't really video that, but what I did was I used this stick and kind of like went along, and then I measured that, and then I saw the width, so then I came down here and gave it the width. It's kind of a quick way to make a little template, and I'll straighten up that line when I cut it. But I definitely need to change the blade before I attempt that. What do you think? What do you think? So I'm back out at the picnic table. I'm getting ready to change the saw blade and the little nook and cranny thing I'll show you. So I'm going to straighten up that line, and I'm going to cut right there, up, and then it should fit in the little area really good. First, we got to fix this. This is a saw that a friend has let us borrow because our saw, it went the way of the grave. Hey, Cuckoo, you want to help me? You want to help me? Good girl. Let's do some, need to... Yeah, let's try this one. All right, so I think that was a success. Let's take a look. Yeah, so that should fit in the bed pretty good. So I've watched YouTube long enough to think that there might be some people watching that don't really know me, but I am very much a DIY person. I'm not a professional woodworker. This is not a woodworking channel. I did build out the inside of this bus and our first bus and our van, along with my husband, Don. And so having said that, I hope that no one is judging my carpentry skills or lack thereof too harshly. But let's go see if we can get this fit in. All right, let's see here. See if this is gonna work. Proud of you. Thank you. So yeah, that's gonna work out pretty good. We have a little gap there, which is perfect for cords, because I want to have some cords come up here, like this cord. So I was actually anticipating having a little gap there, and I hope, yeah, I think that's going to work out good. Now I just need to level this side and fasten it. So my helper has crashed. Only he woke up a little bit, but he's in siesta mode. Aren't you, buddy? So I'm going to measure up from the floor to here and try to make this this piece of 2x2 level so that the workbench surface can be level. So I have to screw on the other side of this because this is thin wood. This is wood about this thin right here, this panel. So that keeps that bracketed in. See over here where the previous holes were, and then now the new screws are here. I think we're ready to try to stick it in there and see if it's level. I think it might be. Let's check it out.
Love it. Oh yeah, dude.
I think that's gonna work.
I do too. I think that's great.
And this will be my seat for now.
I love it.
Storage ottoman. Let's see how the seating is. Okay, I am sitting at the new workstation, and all I really need to do that I might not do today is screw the workstation in. So I feel like that was the really easy part, and now I'm facing the hard part, which is cleaning and organizing all of this that I had put on the couch to do that. All right, so let's move on to the tour portion of my micro art studio. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is the art studio space. It is about 9 square feet. And right now, this chair is a storage ottoman, which I have a lot of my supplies in, paper and leather and materials like that. And then we have a couch pillow that I use for my cushion. And then underneath the desk here, I have some watercolor paper I'm going to cut down to use in my notebooks. That's a paper cutter stored in a box. And then here's a old cardboard box I'm going to be upcycling on top of my marker bin. Moving on to the surface area that I just showed you that I built. So this is what it looks like. I am going to sit here and make books like this. I learned how to do that on a recent trip. And when I'm not making books, I'm going to be illustrating. So I have a cutting mat here to cut the leather and the paper and everything on. And then I also have my art journal. This is like a window, what do you call it? Little curio shelf. And I'm kind of conforming it. I'm kind of converting it, that's the word, to an art shelf. I had to take off a lot of things because the kitty, as you can imagine, gets up here and like knocks everything down. So the things up here right now are more kitty friendly. But a lot of things like this one is from my childhood. It's a Winnie the Pooh and Piglet stamp. And yeah, and then these are from my grandmother. So these are just little things that mean something to me, but I do need to start implementing more of the art stuff in here because I don't have a lot of space. But this is the actual surface area I have to draw, paint, cut, make books on. And then moving up here, I just added this shelf. Let's see if I can put the light on it. Okay, so that is a shelf for my keyboard and my mouse. And then I also have some bins up here that I need to reorganize. And then on the top shelf, I've been storing my books that I've been making. And so I really need to go through and organize this because I haven't had a lot of time to do that. I do need to organize this to be more together for, art stuff. So this is my brush marker set. I have taken out a lot of brush markers because I just worked on something, but this is a nice portable way for me to keep my brush markers all together. And then when I'm, not using it, I can just set it off to the side here. But my plan is to make a little area here that I can put things in. And so I can slide this back maybe 5 or 6 inches, and then I'll have more space back there for more storage. Over here, I have a little container that has some of my supplies. I have my art pencils and colored pencils that I haven't really used, but they're there. my little watercolor palette. Now remember, I live tiny, so everything has to be tiny. So I've used this a couple times, and it's really nice to be in a small space. And then I just got these Inktense blocks that I want to try out. And I also have these water-soluble crayons. So basically you can draw with them, and then you can put water on that, and it kind of makes like a watercolor crayon effect. See what else in here. Oh, I have some erasers to cut and do some stamping with. And then I haven't unpacked my little bookbinding kit. I've been using my fingers and some other tools, so I just got that and I haven't unpacked that yet. So this is kind of the stuff that I'm wanting to like reorganize over here and have more visible, and kind of weed out the stuff that I don't really use. I do have some canvases, an easel, a lot of paints and paintbrushes, and I just don't have room in here for those right now. But I do have a short school bus that I'm converting into a studio, and I'm hoping that I can set up that in that larger space. But I still very much need this space to be in my living area where I actually hang out the most. And then once my art studio is up and running, I can go there maybe when it's a little bit warmer. And I'm hoping to go out into the community with the art bus and have a mobile art gallery with that. So anyways, I know it was super quick, but that is the beginning tour. I'm just getting started here, so I'm going to be modifying and updating this space and making it more usable for myself, and kind of weeding out things that I don't really use anymore, but also, implementing new things that I do need to use, because a lot of times I'm making books by hand, or I'm illustrating, and so this space is perfect for that right now. But I do want to upgrade it a little bit to make it more usable and more comfortable for me. So thank you so much for watching the tour. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. This is just a work in progress right here. I have a lot of plans, as you heard, and I want to make some more usable areas that I could really benefit from. But it serves me well. I can make books here, I can illustrate here, and it just goes to show that you don't need a lot of space to get started. And, before I had this space, I literally sat on the couch with my sketchbook, and I just got started that way. So, limiting the excuses and just getting going is really a big lesson for me this year. And I'm happy to have shared my little tiny studio with you in this video. And please let me know what you think about my tiny space and any areas you can see where I can improve, pretty much immediately, because I'm working with very little right here, but I'm going to make it happen. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.